Imagine you're standing in front of a decision that could completely change your future. You know what needs to be done. Deep down, you've known for weeks, maybe even months. Yet every day ends the same way. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, not because you're lazy, not because you're incapable, but because your mind keeps demanding one thing before it allows you to move in mad certainty. Overthinking feels productive because your brain convinces you that another hour of thinking will finally reveal the perfect answer. But it never does. Instead, every new thought creates another question. Every possibility creates another fear. Without realizing it, you've built a prison where every door requires perfect certainty before it opens. Builders experience this every day. Entrepreneurs delay launching their business because it isn't perfect. Creators spend months researching instead of publishing. Developers rewrite code that already works. Students postpone applications because they fear rejection. Different lives, same trap. Waiting for certainty instead of building momentum. More than 2,000 years ago, Stoic thinkers recognized something that still controls millions of people today. They understood that most suffering comes from trying to control what has never been ours to control. Outcomes, opinions, the future. Instead, they train themselves to focus on the only place where real power exists, the actions they choose right now. Think about the last decision that kept you awake at night. Did more thinking solve it, or did action finally bring clarity? Almost every important lesson in life appears after we move, not before. We learn to lead by leading. We learn to build by building. We learn confidence by surviving moments that once terrified us. The uncomfortable truth is that certainty is a reward, not a requirement. It comes after experience. Every successful builder you've ever admired once made decisions with incomplete information. They weren't fearless. They simply refused to let uncertainty become an excuse for standing still. So here's today's challenge. Stop asking, what if this fails? Instead, ask, what's the next action completely within my control? Then do that, not tomorrow, not after another week of research, today. Because progress doesn't begin when fear disappears. Progress begins the moment you stop waiting for certainty. Imagine two people standing at the same starting line. One spends the next 6 months reading every book, watching every video, and planning every detail. The other starts today. They make mistakes, they adjust, they improve. 6 months later, one has knowledge, the other has experience. And experience will always teach lessons that planning never can. Overthinking often hides behind a respectable mask. We call it preparation. We call it research. We call it being responsible. But sometimes it's simply fear wearing a smarter disguise. The longer fear stays hidden, the easier it becomes to believe it's wisdom. Think about every person you admire, not because they succeeded, but because they built something meaningful. None of them waited until they felt completely ready. They acted while uncertain. They learned while uncomfortable. They became competent because they kept moving, not because they waited for confidence to arrive first. This doesn't mean ignoring risks. It means accepting that uncertainty is part of building anything worthwhile. You prepare carefully. You think clearly. Then, at some point, thinking has to end, because no amount of planning can replace the lessons waiting on the other side of action. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to begin your business, your channel, your career, or your next chapter, let this be your reminder. The perfect moment isn't coming. Every builder who came before you started before they felt ready. Your future isn't built by certainty. It's built by today's decision. Today, I want you to do one simple thing. Write down the one decision you've been avoiding. Set a timer for 10 minutes, decide. Then take the first action immediately. You don't need certainty, you need momentum. And momentum begins with one small step taken today. If this helped you think differently, subscribe to Whirlways.